It's Monday, so that means The Oval is brand new with hot topics, entertainment news, and a special guest. With a table of diverse, young, SUNY Oneonta students, The Oval always brings you controversial perspectives. Get ready to hear Oval opinions from our hosts, Marleny Ramirez, Terrell Rose, Sean Miller, Bhanu Gaur, Ruth Benitez, and Asia Garris.
Hello and welcome to The Oval. We're very excited to talk about a few topics tonight. We will be discussing the gas attack in Syria and possible U.S. intervention, Fox News anchors bashing Michael Brown for applying to 20 colleges, and Tammy Duckworth, an Illinois senator, being the first senator to give birth while in office. We will also be having Dr. Greg Hummel joining us at the table tonight. He's been teaching at SUNY Oneonta for a year, and we will have a performance by Renasci Hood. So let's get right into it. So first of all, welcome.
Awesome, thank you for having me.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Cheers.
And our first topic is Syria, the attack in Syria. U.S. intervention is something that we've talked about for years, and as American citizens, a lot of people are skeptical and they're like, the U.S. should not intervene, worry about our issues first. What's your take on this?
Right. I wrote a paper a few semesters back about how the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan seriously destabilized those countries. And that's not to say that the Taliban, the Mujahideen, like anybody who were controlling those states previously were doing a good job with it. But it was like there was no plan B to, actually implement something in their place. And so these areas suffered greatly afterwards. And so with Syria, we have to be kind of careful about what our approach is in helping them or not helping them, or who's going to help them.
What do you think? Who do you think should help if they should receive any help at all?
I mean, certainly it's, I think U.S. forces are not, the best idea to have long-term. Like long-term, having forces in any country isn't really a good idea. But if there's a chance that U.S. forces can do even something minor right now, it's there. It's the possibility, and there's always hope and possibilities.
Yeah. Haven't they already been there for a while though, and haven't gotten really anything out of it? And
That's
we have
fair.
enough issues as it is in the U.S. that we haven't taken care of. And we want to go to another country and try to fix their problems.
Right.
Like,
I agree. I feel that, like, if anything, we should try and help on a humanitarian front. Maybe help with first aid, or even like with nutritional value, like nutrition for maybe like the little kids and families affected. But I think that we should not put boots on the ground there, because Trump, especially in his campaign speech leading up to his 2016 presidential election, he was talking about how he wants to make America great again, all this great stuff, whatever. And he was talking about isolating America and truly focusing on its own workers, manufacturing, all that. So why would he want to possibly get involved by putting military personnel in Syria? And also, if you do that, you risk the fact that you have huge superpowers like Russia and Iran backing them, and then we could possibly go out to a full-out war with Iran, Syria, and Russia, and that's just going to lead to numerous American casualties.
Okay, you're talking about Donnie. This is why I like this.
This is what you like, right?
I like this.
Your man Donnie, come on, you got to do it. You got to do Bhanu.
All right, my main man Donnie. All right, so look, this is how I'm gonna get into it. We've done so many police actions over the years. We've done it in Korea. We've done it in Vietnam. We had no business going into another country.
I agree.
And like Bhanu said before, if we're gonna go into another country, we don't have a plan for after. When we drop bombs and we don't build anything up. We just keep it the way it is. So if we're gonna go into Syria, like we've gone to North Korea and other countries, we don't need to. And then another thing, I know I go after my man Donnie, but this time I'm gonna have to back him up, because he went after breaking news. The culprit, quote unquote, culprit for the Syria attack was Russia, and he called out Putin like, "Hey, you're gonna have to atone for what you've done."
He's definitely changing his mind in terms of what he decided to do originally in his campaign. But we have to take another quick break. We'll be right back.
Hi, welcome back to the Green Room. It's Megan and Brooke here with Renasci Hood Movement, Poet, and Jonesy. So we are interviewing you tonight. This is so exciting because we've never been here together. So tell us about Renasci Hood movement. This is so interesting that you guys are more than a musical group, so to speak.
Yeah, well, Renasci Hood, the Renasci Hood movement is pretty much a movement dedicated to self-awareness. We're trying to make cultural awareness focused. Well, we're trying to put the focus in self-awareness so that cultural awareness can get brighter in a way, if you understand what I'm trying to say.
No, I
like,
get
it's like we're detailing our stories through various different types of art forms, whether it be music, videography, photography, visual art, regardless of what type of art form. We're trying our hardest to make the movement a lot bigger and have people explain their stories through that art. So that self-awareness is pretty much showing out for that cultural awareness in a way.
That's absolutely amazing. And now for more of the Oval.
Welcome back. We're moving on to the anchors on Fox News who bashed Michael Brown. So Michael Brown is a student who applied to 20 colleges and he got accepted to every single one. What the anchors had said was that it was obnoxious for him to have had applied to 20 schools and he was potentially taking away a spot for somebody who might have been waitlisted. What do we think?
Congratulations, Michael Brown. Congratulations.
20 schools. I think the Fox News anchor's response was obnoxious. Like, this is a middle-aged woman on a huge nationally known broadcast, and she was just bashing a hardworking teenager. I mean, 20 colleges to apply to is a bit excessive, but like the fact that is like Professor Hummel even mentioned before, like if he's gonna choose one, it's not like those opportunities, like it's gonna go right back into how like people, like it's not like he's going to take away, like he's taking away 19 positions once he chooses one school. There's still going to be opportunities available to students who are applying once he picks his school. 20 is a lot. I mean, I only applied to 7, but like they shouldn't have bashed him for hard work and success.
But 20, okay, so people are saying 20 schools is a lot of schools, and I say this all the time, and I will say it again, and I will always, always, always say it. They said those things because he was a black student.
Yes!
Because
I'm so sorry.
Because I am more than confident that if a white student had applied to 20 schools, everyone would congratulate him. Your parents must be so proud. But white women just love criticizing black students.
Absolutely.
Black kids.
If he was a white man, they would have been said, congratulations, you are young, you are smart, you are brilliant.
Yeah.
If he was an East Asian man, they would have slipped in some implicit racism to say, oh, well, of course, you're supposed to be small, the model minority. But the fact that he was a black man, it was blatantly racist on that show.
Hey, man, this is coming off, we're coming off a really hot streak. Our community, we are coming off a hot streak. We have Black Panther. What? We're coming off a hot streak. Let us be great.
Let us thrive.
Every time
it surpassed Titanic.
Exactly.
It's the highest grossing superhero movie and possibly like the highest grossing movie of all time.
Yeah. Back to Michael Brown. I just, what these women said when I was watching the video, I was like, are you serious? Like, you're on national television saying it's obnoxious for a high school kid to, like, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Why is it obnoxious? Why, like, he got into 20 schools. It's good for him to be proud. It's good for other people to be like, you know what, you did a good job. He worked for that, and he obviously did something great, and he deserved those spots if he got them. He's not taking it away from anybody else, and it's just wrong for her to be calling him out like that.
And another, I want to segue into like another kind of like issue. Is it okay for news anchors to say things like that on TV?
It was like,
but like it like taps into like that's her opinion, but like obviously everyone's so outraged about this, so it's like where do you draw the line where it's like we all have very strong opinions.
You should know.
I mean, they have a right to say it. It's free speech. I think the word obnoxious wasn't the best word to use. Right. I think if they wanted to, be critical, they could have, said, blah, 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 this is maybe a little too far. Or even a little, saying like it's a little too far is, not necessarily kind, but like saying it's obnoxious gives the connotation that what he's doing, applying to 20 colleges because, he had an SAT score of 1530. Saying that it's obnoxious is kind of like, criminalizing him for that. It's like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
And even if they were not 20 prime Ivy League schools, we wouldn't know about this.
Exactly.
If they were 20 state schools, we would not be having these conversations, right? But the fact that they are top tier elite schools, right now all of a sudden we get to call him obnoxious on national television.
Exactly.
Beyond offensive.
I definitely agree with you. I think that's very offensive. I think that those women should be reprimanded for that, and it was just an awful thing to say, but we're gonna take a quick break, so stay tuned.
So Poet and Jonesy, how would you guys describe the process of making your music?
So making music is pretty sporadic in itself. It's all about the inspiration, and it just comes to you whenever you feel it. So I try to live as much as possible, because living makes for great experiences, and great experiences make for great music. So definitely that.
Yeah, I definitely take that same mentality when I'm writing music as well, because I just legit can't write without the experience. You know, like if I'm making a story, it's based off of an experience that I've gone through before. You know, so like every song or every verse that I've ever written is a story within itself. So like I really take my time, and you know, like when we wrote Shorty, which is on SoundCloud, Renasci Hood. Shout out Renasci. But Renasci Hood, and like when we wrote that song, like the song was depicting each and every person's lifestyle, how they really approach a girl, how they really approach a woman. How would you confess like your love for this girl? You know what I mean?
That's
how would
awesome.
you say?
And that was your first song.
Yeah, our very first
That's
song.
amazing.
And it was like we had things prior, we had things set up, but it was just like we wanted that song to really like detail who we are as individuals.
Yeah, so that was great. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
We're back, and we're ready to talk about Tammy Duckworth, who is an Illinois senator, and she is the first to ever give birth while in office. So congratulations to her.
Yeah.
That just goes to show you how strong women are. Shout out to all the women out there. Can I get
Shout
a
out
to all the women.
Okay.
So the discussion around this has been whether or not she's going to take maternity leave, and I believe that she said that she will not, because she's not allowed to vote and at the same time have her baby with her.
Right.
So is this an issue? Do you think it's problematic?
Yeah, I mean, she's a woman in like a high position of power, right? Her vote is obviously very valuable, which is why she needs to be in Washington, right? But it's not fair that she can't be there for her kid, right? As she gives birth, just because she also has to be in office. That's unfair.
I think it's something that like we've had the conversation about women descriptive representation in Congress, in any office really, but I don't think I've ever had the conversation of what to do with mothers.
Yeah.
You know? And go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying it's a natural thing. Women give birth. Like, why do we have to relegate them? Oh, it's either this or this. You can't. That's something natural. It's a natural. How are men here? Because of women. So you can't take away that right for her to be with her child and then tell her she can't be here, or her child can't be here,
or her vote doesn't count because she's with child.
Right.
I think that's insane, honestly.
If you think about men, a man is the reason why this happened. It's a man's fault. You know, a man has to impregnate someone, and like it's natural, like you said.
You're getting right down to the root of the problem.
But like you said, you're right. It's natural. It's like, how are we here? You know, our mothers had to give birth to us. There was something happened. Obviously, it's natural. But if anything, like men are going to be the people that may give her the most backlash, not women. And it's like, she just did a natural thing. You know, it's her second daughter, and she was a retired military personnel. She was an Army pilot, and she's double amputee. She was in the Iraq War.
I mean,
a great American
I
citizen.
think her achievements and her success goes without saying.
Yeah.
100%, yeah.
But I think that now that she's like in the spotlight, I feel like there's so much pressure on her to not go on maternity leave, because then she will get backlash for it. And if she does, I think a lot of people will also give her they'll bash her for that too.
And here's I'm sorry.
Oh, as a woman not I as a woman, but women in power, and let's note a woman of color in power, right? There's a double bind there. Right, she's damned if she does, and she's damned if she doesn't. If she takes maternity leave, she's leaving her post where she can vote. If she doesn't take maternity leave, then all of a sudden she's disowning her children or not being a good mother.
Yeah.
So then do we change legislation, right? I mean, can you have babies on the floor? Right now you can't.
Right.
You can't, yeah.
Would this matter the same way for a man? Would they say, oh, you know, your wife just had a child and maybe they give, you know, a man maternity leave as well? Does that, you know, would they, you know, restrict him so much in the same way they're trying to restrict Tammy Duckworth? Or, you know,
I think like giving men maternity, like parental leave would allow women to be able to also...
They'll give them more flexibility.
Exactly. People wouldn't be like, oh, moms have to stay home with their children. Like, it changes the type of role that men and women have in the family.
100%.
Right.
I think that legislation should change. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't go as far to say have a baby there on the floor, but something has to happen in order to give her like more options. I think she's like kind of backed up into a corner, but
yeah, kind of like how people can vote. Sorry.
It's okay. We have to take another quick break, but we will be right back with our entertainment host, Asia.
Welcome back to the Green Room with Poet and Jonesy. So, in our last segment, you talked about your song,
Low Pressure?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Low Pressure, and how it relates to racism. So I want you to go on about that a little bit more.
So Low Pressure definitely came to me in a few short days. And the last verse sparked because of the guy who died in California by the police. And they thought he had a gun, but it was a toolbox or a phone. That's what they claim. Racism is definitely a very prevalent topic in today's society. It's covert, and what that means is that it's in many institutions like jails and housing, and we don't see that at all. How it relates to me, I'm a black man in America, and living as a black person is not easy. You get microaggressions, just sometimes outright blatant racism, and it's not right, and it's kind of a traumatizing experience. But when you deal with it for so long, it's numbing, and it should not be numbing, but you have to roll with the punches at that point.
Personally, I'm half Spanish, half black, and you know, I just want to piggyback off of what Jonesy said about you know, the housing part of it. Growing up, like, I didn't really witness that much racism, but I've had a lot of my brothers, you know, I don't really call them friends, I call them brothers, that have told me, like, that their experiences with it. And, you know, I wouldn't, like, I've always seen it as something that needed to be, like, we really needed to do something about it, you know what I mean? And it was because when I would go to school, for example, when I was in high school, I would go to school, you know, Sunday, I'm going to school on Monday, and my bro tells me, yo, how was your weekend? It's going great. Like, I was like, yo, I had a good dinner on Saturday. He was like, oh, that's cool. And then, like, seconds later, he's making jokes with my other bro about, like, how they barely had anything to eat the entire weekend. You know, how they had to eat with syrup and bread. That's all they had to eat, you know? And it's like, because I've witnessed that, it gave me so much more motivation to create this movement. Because, like, I feel like being inspired, like, the amount of love, like, the amount of energy that I feed off of Will is exceptional. Like, without Will, like, in this process, like, I don't know what I would do. You know what I mean? Like, it would just be so much more different. Because, like, Will and I have detailed those stories. You know, we've had those conversations. And, like, how we tackle it is not by actively tackling it. We've tackled it by actually doing it. You know, we've done it in our music. We've done it from the way we talk, from the way we walk. We walk the talk, you know what I mean?
No, I think you guys do. I can see that. Now we're back to the Oval with the Hot Topics.
Welcome back. We're here with our entertainment host, Asia, bringing us our Monday Tea Special. So let's hear it.
Okay, so as you guys already know, 2017 was Cardi B's year, but it looks like she's coming for 2018 too. Throughout last week, she was dropping a few singles from her album, Invasion of Privacy, which officially dropped Friday. The album was even out for 24 hours before it went certified gold. This made her the first female artist to ever go certified gold on an album the day of release. And if that wasn't good enough for my sis, yes. And if that wasn't good enough for her, Saturday Night Live, during her performance, she revealed her baby bump. Everybody was thinking it, but she finally revealed her baby bump and revealed that she was pregnant, and her and Offset are expecting. She's 5 months pregnant, and they've been engaged for 8 months. So, what do you guys think? Like, what's your favorite track? Did you guys listen to the album? What's your thoughts on the baby news? I'm happy for her because this is her first child, and she's always wanted a kid. Some people are disagreeing though because this is Offset's 4th child. Yes.
No, honestly, I'm so happy for her because she was getting so much backlash for staying with Offset after he cheated on her or whatever. People just are so negative and they were just bringing her down, and she is thriving, and I'm so happy for her.
Yes. Yeah, she's set to go #1 on the Billboard 200 chart with anywhere between 160 to 210,000 equivalent units, and if she does go #1, she'll be just the 5th female artist to go #1 on the Billboard 200 chart since the chart even started. I'm happy for her. It's totally up to her if she wants to have a child and a family. She's a 25-year-old woman. She obviously has money and success. I just personally think that well, if I was having a #1 album, I wouldn't want to have a kid at that moment, but she's totally different. It's her own life, so she's entitled to do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nobody should bash at her. First of all, she's all right. She has a good amount of wealth, and the baby's father has a good amount of wealth. They're gonna get married. So what's wrong? Why is it they're gonna get married?
There's literally nothing wrong.
Exactly.
There's literally nothing wrong.
They're about to get married. So
and if you see where she came from, her background,
she's from the Bronx.
Leveled up.
Oh, she's repping the Bronx.
Definitely
I'm from the Bronx,
up.
so we stick with our Bronx people.
Brooklyn.
Cricket.
Bronx. Anyways.
Harlem. Excuse me?
Oh, no,
this is going to be a feud.
Okay.
I think if anybody's upset about Cardi B having a baby right now, there's probably some jealousy going on that they don't have enough money to be able to afford a baby and drop a #1 album at the same time.
Yeah. That's a good point.
I listened to the album. My least favorite song is Drip.
Honestly,
I don't even.
It's a hype song.
I haven't even gotten through the full thing, but I did hear one song and I really liked it. I don't know if it was Drip or not, so.
I know it's not Drip Drip, because that song is horrible. If anybody like that song, you're crazy, because that chorus is, it's so disgusting. I do not like that song.
Drip?
It's Drip,
Drip,
Oh, my. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
So what did you think of her Saturday Night Live performance?
I did not
Captivating.
see that. Honestly,
it was good. I liked it.
I just
it was
saw
just
the baby.
Yo, she's been through so much, and for a person who doesn't really, I'm not into every celebrity's business. I've seen her in headlines. Oh, Cardi B is this, Cardi B is that. Look how she's trained. Yo, this is what America's about. America's transforming yourself from one person to another, and she's still the same person, but it's just
she's so proud of where she comes from and what she's doing, and you know what? Let her be.
She's a hard worker.
But that is all the time we have for entertainment news. Thank you so much, Asia.
Hey.
And after, we're gonna see a performance by Renasci Hood, so stay tuned.
Yeah. We got a special performance tonight. Jonesy. For my brother, Jonesy. Do your thing. I need y'all to feel this.
Oh, yeah. Start bumping.
Yeah. Do your thing, brother.
Should I Google search how to find myself like I search how to be a man? It does it better than my father can. Can I blame him? The system looks at us like we're some entertainment, brainless stained skin, never paying Negroes who want reparations. Peers with backgrounds better than mine, they don't understand the way they get shot, having their debit decline. Black isn't beautiful to society. Niggas getting shot every day in urban environments. They try to get me to their level, but the mental stress get into my head. Damn, I think I need to get some rest. There I go again, didn't study for another test. No, I need some space, get out my way, I'm trying to be my best. Yeah. Low pressure, they jack is low pressure. They jack, they know better, but they don't know squat. This music thing is the only thing I'll ever love. Even if I'm broke, it's gonna have me till I'm dead and gone. These days I just wanna get high until I'm dead and gone. This my therapy, Thursday venting in a Google Doc, yeah. Low pressure, they jackets, low pressure, but I feel it almost everywhere I go. I just wanna know, should I Google search how to find myself like I search how to be a man? Or pray to God just like mama can, I don't blame her. The system looks at her like she's some entertainment brainless welfare queen, always waiting for the government to pay her. Praying for some change in this legislature, not just for the people, but the guns that kill our fellow youth. Probably why I spend all of my days fighting in the booth. Instead of on the streets, I'd rather sing and tell the world the truth. There's pressure out here, there is pressure. Try to tell my shorty everywhere I go. Think that she should know that I'm so into her. Aww. And she's so into me. No matter where we go, love is where we'll be. It's just chemistry, but the streets can get to me. Hope I don't put that on you, but the pain is way too deep. The pain is way too deep.
It's not as easy as these people are making us think, that they just got some criminal ass black kids with guns. It is not like that. We live in hell. We live in the gutter. We gotta stack up.
Been way too many motherfucking killings. Even if I'm at my family's house minding my business, talk it bustin', a life ends. You thought they would've asked a man a question. Good days turn into cherishing adolescence. I just turned 20 learning about how sick the world is. The flu shot couldn't stop the black plague. The dropping of black innocent bodies, jet of slavery. Man, the system is wildin', cause it had no problem creating this racial problem. Wanna rewind to a time with no strife. Monica said that I would find it after life. If I could give a penny for a chance to live life, I'd give some millions for the fallen to live twice. With no pressure, I hope there's no pressure. Spread love, if it's true it's not a setup. Love your loved ones, love yourself and keep your head up.
Tell him, Jonesy.
Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. Low pressure, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Shout out to the Oval.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Tell him, really, yeah.
Rain, rain, go away, come back another day. The snow is falling down now. I can hear the sounds now. No trees are rustling. Tired of people struggling. My daddy always told me that my future's in my back.
Let's backtrack.
Back to the times when I know you never came back.
What?
Mama in the house stressing out with the bills and pills and post your pressure going high as a ceiling. Hey. If you didn't want me, why you patch your semen? Going outside, can't believe what I'm seeing. Love is crazy, broken heart, seen it all, not at all. Love is crazy, not at all. But I'm saying right now, daylight savings, daylight come save me. I'm going crazy, I'm going crazy. Daylight savings, daylight come save me. Who's gonna save me? I'm going crazy. Love in my mind, hate in my thoughts. Feel like well oceans, baby. Lately I've been feeling lazy. I can't really talk about it. It still kinda hurts me. Forever feeling lonely, baby. Daddy didn't deserve me. He left. He's gone. Rally rail, back again, singing songs. Put you in your feelings, high up to the ceiling, yeah. Daddy got me thinking about my future after college. You don't gotta fear for me, I got all this knowledge. All I wanna say is, people keep on playing. Sell yourself for gold, but you won't sell yourself for payments.
Nah, look, tell him really what?
I don't need a Jesus piece to tell my status in the streets. Bumping, catching logical, looking deep inside my soul. Look, find the gold inside of you, yeah. And I'm saying consciousness of the human race. No, my thoughts won't go to waste. And if you said you down to ride, come on homie, let it shine. Consciousness of the human race, no, my thoughts won't go to waste. If you said you down to ride, come on homie, let it shine.
I'm bread breaking on the come up, but still no respects demanded. Even back then when all I could afford was sick and cheese busted to get cream, busting on some Wu-Tang Method Man shit. Schooling helped me comprehend it. It was easy to pull the trigger on my dreams, but not to shoot their hands with. So why people hate me for the verbal trigger ended so vile. I'm remembering the staircase I was pushed down from back then now, and it's cause the steps I had to take to get my confidence back up took a long ass while. I was on trial. The judge is the people, but God is the jury. How flies with fashion police stacks and Jordans were always the verdict. I was repping that kick life, but I'm still deserted. Wait, I'm fitting shoes I've never even wanted. Yeah, fitting shoes I've never even wanted. Poet. Renasci Hood.
Renasci Hood. Big Rel.
Renasci Hood. Relly Rel. Jonesy.
Poet.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, TV.
That was an amazing performance, guys.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you guys having us.
But first and foremost, you forgot to tell us something.
Surprise. Surprise.
I didn't know he was in this.
You know?
Nah, he is.
Okay,
Facts.
well, you have secret talents that you didn't tell us, but okay.
Amazing singer, amazing singer.
Do you guys want to give your Instagram, any promotional information?
Well, you can follow me poet.__BXL.
You can follow me on Instagram, _Jonesy, JONESY _, and also follow our Renasci Hood page, RENASCI _Hood.
And everyone
knows Terrell.
Everyone has mine. Well, I'm gonna just say _Lay LE _Rose __.
And be sure to check out our SoundCloud page, Renasci Hood, RENASCI, again RENASCIHOOD.
Follow them. That's all the time we have tonight. Thank you all so much for watching, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at The Oval TV, and we will see you next week. Good night.